Alright guys, so I attempted to actually watch this movie 3 times. On the 3rd time, I got to actually watch the whole entire movie. But the first 2 times, I ended up falling asleep about 20 minutes into the movie both times. And it's not because this movie was boring. It's because I live a really busy life. Also, and there were no gunshots or explosions, Michael Bay explosions, to wake me up as I fell asleep. That's another thing. Anyway, hey there guys, what's up? It's all about Mike 18 here with another movie review. Guys, the movie wasn't boring. That's not why I fell asleep those 2 times. I've just had a really busy, what I'm trying to get at is I've had a really busy past week with what I've been doing, and yeah, that's why. But I did finally get to watch this movie. But before I get into the review, guys, I do have a review for a 2014 movie for you today, but I want to give a shout out to somebody on YouTube, one of my good friends on Facebook, and one of my subscribers is a very nice guy. Very faithful to my videos, always supporting me. He started his own YouTube channel, and I want to sort of, help him out a little bit, get him recognized. So I want to give a quick shout out to Chris Day. He recently became a partner on YouTube, and, he makes movie review videos like I do. And I'll leave a link to his channel down below. He's a really nice guy. Definitely check him out, and if you're interested, definitely subscribe to him. So anyway, guys, getting into the review, in this video, I am going to be reviewing Locke. Now, Locke is a 2014, I believe it was released early in some places in 2013, few, critics got screenings and everything, somewhere, I forget where. But Locke is a 2014 independent British drama film, and it is directed by Stephen Knight, and it stars Tom Hardy. Now, I'm sorry I don't have a poster with me for the video, guys, but I sort of decided to review this movie last night, and I didn't have time to print out a poster, so I don't have one with me, but just roll with me. So, yes, Locke stars Tom Hardy. This movie was released, a very limited release in end of April, and I didn't get a chance to see it. I just got a chance to watch it last night, and it's currently out on Blu-ray. It just came out this past Tuesday on Blu-ray, but I don't have it on Blu-ray. I actually watched it online because I didn't want to go out and buy it before I watched it. Now that I have watched it, I don't know if I'll buy it on Blu-ray. I don't know. But, anyway, yeah, this is one of those movies where the critics absolutely love this movie. The audience members are kind of mixed. Some of them really like the movie, some of them really don't like the movie. So there's that with Locke. Now, I'm going to get into my thoughts on the movie, but what I want to first do is give you a plot synopsis of the movie. And here's the hard part. This is the hardest part of the whole entire review, guys, and I'm going to tell you why it's so hard. It's because this movie is set in a car for the whole entire runtime. That's right, a car. Okay, so you are going to have shots of a character driving, shots set up behind a steering wheel, characters driving the car, and shots of a highway in which the character is driving on, and that's it. That is your movie, and that's 80 minutes of Locke, okay? The movie's just slightly over 80 minutes. So it is very hard to spoil what's really going on in this movie. It's a one-man movie where there's only one physical performance that we see on screen. Every other actor that's in the movie, we only hear their voice. So in this movie, Tom Hardy plays Ivan Locke. He's a construction worker, he sort of deals with, concrete pouring, building projects, all that stuff. And, after finishing work one night, he gets in his car and takes off onto this highway. He is on a 2-hour drive to go to a hospital in London. Meanwhile, his family is back home. They want him to be there with them because they're all watching this, like big soccer game, and, they want him there, and meanwhile, his job really needs him because they're getting ready to do something big the next day at work, but he has committed himself. He is on a mission to arrive at this hospital in London for a very specific purpose, and that's all I'm going to say about his purpose. He just has a purpose for going to this hospital, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to ruin the movie. Because it's literally revealed within the first 10 minutes, but that's the movie. The reason why he's driving to this hospital is the whole point of the movie, so I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But I will say this much. He makes this decision to go to this hospital for the reason he's doing it, and it could put a lot on the line, including his family and his job. And that's all I'm gonna say about Locke. Now I know a lot of you are you're gonna watch this and you're gonna be like, what kind of synopsis is that? What about that synopsis that you just described about this movie is gonna make me want to watch this movie or buy it on Blu-ray? Well, here's the thing, guys. That is the basic premise of the movie, but I left out a whole chunk of what's really going on in the movie because, one, the movie's short, it's 80 minutes, so not really a lot happening. You have one thing that's happening, one central storyline that's happening with the main character of Ivan Locke, and that's it, okay? So, and it's very easy to spoil, because once I tell you why he's really going to this hospital, I ruin the movie for you. So I don't want to do that, so that's why I did that. And I know a lot of people have been complaining that the movie is just a complete bore, nothing happens in the movie, and that's not critics talking, that's a lot of you guys, you know, audience members who've seen the movie, not critics. But some people have actually praised the movie and said it was really good character piece. Some people said it was, you know, thrilling and very intense. And although I'm not going to say it's really intense, you know, it's a thriller, I am going to say that I actually ended up really enjoying Locke for the type of independent drama film that it was. This is a very well done character piece on the character of Ivan Locke, fictional character, and that's what this movie is. It's a one-man movie, and here's why I enjoyed Locke so much and why I went into this movie thinking this movie could easily fail, but it ended up not failing. A movie like Locke needs three things to succeed. A movie where there's only one actor physically present on the screen, you need three things. You need a very well-written, intriguing screenplay. This is number one. A very well-written, intriguing screenplay that sucks you into the movie, keeps you engaged into the storyline. That's number one. Number two, you need a very committed and devoted central performance from the only actor that is in the movie. In this case, it's Tom Hardy. And number three, you need a well-fitting score. And that is all the things you need for a movie like Locke to succeed. And in my opinion, Locke had all three of those things down absolutely perfectly, in that I absolutely enjoyed this movie. I'm not saying it's one of the best films of the year. It might end up on my best list of the year. I don't know yet. It's a very well done dramatic character piece with an excellent performance from Tom Hardy, an extremely well written screenplay, excellent score, and great cinematography. And that's why I ultimately ended up liking Locke a lot in the end, even though it's a movie where a man's driving in a car talking on the phone to different people in the whole entire movie. That's what Locke is, okay? So this is definitely a controversial movie where some people really like it, some people really don't like it. But anyway, guys, what I really want to get into right now, and this is the only performance I'm going to talk about because it's the only performance in the movie, I'm going to talk about Tom Hardy's role as Ivan Locke. Now, there are actors who do voice characters in the movie, but you only hear their voice, you don't actually see them, so I'm not even going to bring them up. Tom Hardy plays Ivan Locke, and here's why I ended up liking this movie as much as I did. I really grew to love the character of Ivan Locke from when the film picked up and first began. As it progressed, I cared more and more about the character of Ivan Locke. I got more drawn into the situation he was getting himself into and the decision he was making to cover up for a mistake he had made in the past. Now, I'm going to just describe the character of Ivan Locke, basically. As the movie picks up, he's this very calm, cool, you know, he has his composure. He's very calm and cool. You could say he's a good-hearted man as the film progresses, because you really don't know too much about him as the film opens and he's talking on the phone. But you could tell that he's a man on a mission and he wants to get this one thing that he wants to get accomplished done, and that's all he wants in the movie. Now, as he gets in the car and as he's driving around, you see him, he's talking on the phone, he's trying to keep his cool because he's getting several things done over the phone, talking to different people, and in the first 10 minutes you're exposed to the situation he's gotten himself into. And you say to yourself, you know what? and as the film is progressing, you say to yourself, he wants to make things right. Because he got himself into a very bad situation. He messed up. He made a mistake. He did something very wrong. As the film progresses, that sort of slow tension slowly begins to build, and it slowly builds up. You know, it's that sort of tension that's very toned down. You know, it's not really compelling or, you know, right in your face or thrilling. It's just there are moments of tension in the movie. But as the film progresses, Tom Hardy's character begins to slowly lose his cool because of the decision he has made to fix the mistake he's made in the past. If that makes any sense whatsoever to you guys, because as the film is moving on, he's in danger of losing his family and losing his own job because of the decision he's made to fix the mistakes he's made in the past. And the thing I also liked about his character, not only was his character very well developed and very fleshed out in the movie, but his character is doing what he's doing because of an event in his past life, an event that's happened, you know, since he was a kid, basically. There's a parallelism between what Tom Hardy is doing in the film and what personally happened to him in his lifetime. And that's another thing I really liked about the movie. That was a great source of development for Tom Hardy's character in the movie. And that's really all I have to say about the character of Ivan Locke. He was so well developed and so fleshed out. What I really loved about him is that he knew he made a large mistake, as we all do. But it was his decision to take matters into his own hands and fix the mistake he made by driving to this hospital for 2 hours in London. Okay? Even though he's in danger of losing his own family and his job. And that's all I can say without spoiling anything. And that is why I love Tom Hardy's performance. He definitely gave this movie his all. He was so committed to the role, and in the end, it really paid off. Now, getting into my rating for Locke, guys, I know I've been building up the excitement. Like I said, I ended up really enjoying this one. It was a well-directed, well-put-together film that actually made me care about the character of Ivan Locke. Even though when the film first opens, you say to yourself, that guy's a bastard. Why would I care for him after he did that thing in the movie? But as the film progresses, you're like, you know what? I got respect for the man. And that's why I like this movie. It's a well-thought-out, well-written, well-acted character piece of a one-man. It's a one-man movie with great cinematography, great directing, a great score, and that's why in the end I'm going to give Locke a solid 9 out of 10, A-. I really enjoyed the movie, and I'm definitely going to recommend this film to anyone who's a fan of these types of movies. If you're a fan of independent filmmaking, if you're a fan of that, then you're definitely going to like this movie. Now, as I said, I really loved Tom Hardy's performance. I got invested into his performance. I got invested into his character, per se, because of what his character was doing and what his character was all about and how he wanted to make things right even though he was going to lose in the end of all of this. And that is why I like that kind of character. That is a character that is very relatable nowadays. I'm not saying that we've all gone through the situation he's going through in this movie. We probably haven't. I definitely haven't. But we've gone through a variation of his situation in that we've all made mistakes and we've all tried to fix those mistakes by doing things that would have dire consequences. And that's what happens in this movie, and that's what I really loved about Locke. And the other best part about this movie is definitely the writing. Not only is the dialogue, you know, good enough to keep your attention invested into the movie, but the story itself is filled with very rich themes about the choices you make, about doing the right moral thing, about making mistakes, and, you know, consequences of the choices that we make. And that's why I really liked Locke a lot. Okay? It's rich in those themes. It is very well written. The dialogue scenes didn't bore me or anything like that. I was invested into what was happening, and that's why I really ended up liking those sequences in the movie, even though that is the whole entire movie. But like I said, the movie is very rich in those themes, and it's very relatable in that sense too, that we all have to make choices, and in the choices we do make mistakes, but we have a chance to fix them and do the right moral thing, even if we're going to face consequences from that. And the end of the movie shows us that, you know what, we can set out on a path to fix the mistakes we've made. We may face consequences for them, but in the end, we may be rewarded for doing the right thing. And that's another thing I really enjoyed about this movie. The writing is so good. The movie was very well directed, even though it's shot in a car. It's set in a car the whole entire movie. Very well directed. The cinematography was great. I know they're changing up angles, and we see a lot of angles we've seen before, but you know what? There's shots that definitely, it's in a car, so at least the shots are well framed, and they're well done. The movie looked good. I like movies set at night where characters are driving in a car, you know, the highway lights light up. I like stuff like that. And the score was absolutely excellent. I loved it. It's so memorable. Great score for this movie. Now, the reason why I didn't go higher for Locke is because the ending is one of those endings where it leaves you hanging, it leaves you guessing. It's one of those endings like Prisoners or Enemy where you have to interpret your own ending, or like The Spectacular Now. And even though I liked those endings for those movies, for me, I got so drawn into the character of Ivan Locke, I got so invested into the movie itself, I wanted more of an ending, and I wanted to know what actually happened to the character of Ivan Locke, and we sort of really don't get that. It's a very vague ending that I wish would have been, you know, would have been done better, in my opinion. I would have loved to have seen more of Ivan Locke. I wish the movie would have been even longer. I wanted to see what really was going to happen to his character because of the choice he made. And we really don't get that. You sort of have to make up your own ending, even though a part of the ending is rewarding, if that makes any sense. But that is ultimately one of my biggest flaws with the movie. There is a scene or two where the car scene, you know, the whole movie set in the car does drag. There's about 1 or 2 scenes where that feels like that. Other than that, I was completely engaged in the movie. The performance was great from Hardy, excellent, great writing. I really enjoyed this character piece. And you know what, guys? If you don't like movies like this, then you're not going to like this movie. If you don't like character pieces, if you don't like movies where it focuses on one actor and that's it, that's all you're getting, then you're not going to like Locke. But if you do like these types of movies, this movie is definitely for you, and I definitely wholeheartedly recommend it to you. So thank you guys for watching. If you've seen Locke, let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about the movie. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.